just let me know. You recording?
Yeah, I'm recording, so whenever you go with it.
If I change myself, I change someone else. If I change myself, I change someone else. I can't be the person making us worse. I came in this earth and came with a purpose. God, please have mercy, please have mercy. Reverse these curses, all of these curses. Not said it was written, whoever didn't better get to repenting before it gets too close to the ending. Because I still see no changes. I hated my ways, so I try to erase them with a gun to my head. But I ain't cold banging and I'm still here now, so I must have angels. 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 I must have angels, and I'm still here now, so I must have angels. Thank you. Yo, 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 it's your homegirl Che, A.K.A. Detroit Che. We live in Detroit, Michigan right now, and shout out to Theorematic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Round, we been in my head, 'cause I've been growing up. That was my first time out the country, period. I had never been out the country. I was nervous because I'm like, okay, not only am I just going outside of the country, but it's like I'm also performing as well. So I didn't know, you know, how would they take my music? How would they receive my art? Like, is my type of, you know, aggressiveness or like energy, is that gonna be too much for them? So it was like nervous going over there at first, but I think like a few seconds like after me performing, it was like, okay, like, you know what I'm saying, like I'm here, like I'm fine, like let's take advantage of that moment in a positive way and not like try to overthink everything, because then that's gonna like come out in my performance. But Germany it was great, man. Like it was great. I had a whole bunch of food over there, so that's the number one thing. Let me see, the performance was amazing. The people, it's different. It's like, okay, over here, if people, like you performing and like people are probably on their phones or, you know, probably talking to somebody, but like over there, they were just like, and I'm like, do they like what I'm doing, or is it kind of like, they kind of bored? But when I got off stage, they were like, that's how, like we really, you know, we like intimate settings. Like it's not like we're trying to be on our phones or, you know, we're talking to people. We're really trying to like connect with the artists. And I feel like with me, like with the spin or the changes that I've been doing like musically, I think that's what I needed. Like I wanted more of an intimate setting, like versus being over at home. It's like they want, you know, me to rap about this, me to rap about that, but I feel like I can really like be myself, like as a person as well as like an artist over there in Berlin. So it was an amazing opportunity. Yeah, I'm going insane. I need to inhale some Mary Jane and exhale to the bullshit, 'cause my ex on my hip like an X-tail. 9:30. Actually, it was random. It was very random. Corona had hit me up. Shout out to Corona. And, you know, she was like, yo, you know, I got this opportunity. You think you would be interested? First, she texted me, like, I think, like, she was like, you got your passport? I'm like, hold on, now, what's going on? Like, I know the world a little bit crazy. Like,
Trying to get out of here.
exactly. Like, I feel you, but, like, dang, like, I don't know. I got a few things to do over here in the States. But, yeah, so she hit me up about the passport question. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just got my passport, I think like 2 months before she had even texted me. And I didn't know why I was getting it. It was just, I was just led to just, I'm like, all right, I might as well just have it. Like, you never know what'll happen. I may get called for opportunity, and I want to be like, I could do it, but I don't have what I need to have. So, like I said, she hit me up about that, and she had told me to send over, like, you know, send over some performance videos and send over a few tracks. And I did that probably like within like 15 minutes. And I think like 2 days later, the people from Berlin, Germany, they had hit me back like, yo, we want to bring you out here to perform. And I'm like, hold on, like, this must be a scam or something. Like, where Ashton Kutcher at? Because I think I'm getting pumped, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, let's get on a video call. You know, I need to see you face to face. So me and the lady, we were talking, me and Zuri, her name is Zuri, we were talking on a Facebook like live chat. And from there, I've been in communication with them for about like a few months. And then that's when we just set everything together for the show. But like I said, the whole thing of me going to Berlin was just so random. Like, I was really caught by surprise. Like I said, as well as it being like my first time being out the country, just period, but also like art-wise, I was just like, bro, like what? Like, I'm really about to perform out of the country? So it was random, but it was like one of those moments to where it was like, it helped me learn a lot about myself. Like, okay, is this really what you want? Or are you scared? You know what I'm saying? Like, or are you gonna let your fear or like your doubts like disable you from, you know, experiencing something that you may not even really have like the opportunity to experience like that? So I just went on and went with it and just hopped up on that plane, and I was out. Yep, peace out. Yep. Oh, when they stamped it, I said, whoa. I said, I got the stamp. I text my mama like, I got the stamp. She's like, okay, girl. So, kamikaze. Shit. We in Cali, all my homies in the lobby. All my niggas with me. Yeah. The thing is, it's crazy. Like, I always had like a love for music, a love for rapping, but I played basketball all my life. So I wasn't able to, you know, give my commitment 100% to this and then 100% to that. It just wasn't working. Like, it wasn't a well balanced, because with sports, it's like, it's not just about being a good athlete, it's about being a student athlete after you excel, you know, a certain point. And then with being an artist, it's not just about your talent, it's about, you know, business management. Like, you have to know the industry or like know the business side of things. So I felt like I was in a place, you know, years ago to where it was like, okay, I need to pick what I want to do. And once I pick that, give it 110%, not just 100, but 110. So actually, I think it was like, I graduated in 2012. So after I graduated high school, I was like, I'm gonna just do music. And I think like from that point is when I really decided to take it serious. And then going into, what was that? 2013 is when I won the Imported from Detroit contest with DJ BJ. And that point, it was like the batteries was put in my back, but I don't think I necessarily was ready. I think it was more so like, I pressured myself to where it's like, okay, this opportunity is here, so you just need to take advantage of it. And that's where the whole, like, you know, when I named myself like Detroit Che, and now it's just like Che, it's like, no offense to, you know, Detroit or anything like that, but I think that even when I created that name for myself, it was just like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just scrambling. Let me just pick this because I think it sounds nice. I wasn't thinking about longevity. I didn't even think I would be. It sound nice, though. Yeah, it does. It does. And I don't mind people still, you know, saying Detroit Che. I just feel like as an artist, because my original name, even when I was just rapping back and forth, it was always Che. So then when I had like that Detroit stamp, I'm like, okay, well, let me put Detroit Che. Right. So, and then now it's like, okay, now that I'm seeing that I'm, you know, my art isn't just Detroit, you know what I'm saying? Or like, I'm not just rapping, I'm, you know, experimenting with singing or like visual arts and stuff like that. I just think that, you know, Che just described me better overall. But yeah, like it started out kind of like weird. It started out to where I felt like I was forced. I was forced to take advantage of the opportunities. And then as the years started to progress, and even with more, you know, women and more female rappers and it being put into the spotlight, it's like, okay, is this what you want? You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, I kind of got to a point to where it was like, I don't want to just be a female rapper. Like, why does female even have to be, you know, the main thing when somebody thinks about me? So I think like for the past few years, it's been a lot of like me trying to like really define myself and find myself at the same time. And like now, I don't know, like, it's like now that I look back, and it's crazy because I don't really think about this, but now that you're asking me, I'm really like going back and thinking about it. But it's like back in 2012, 2013, and I didn't even have no hair. I wouldn't even imagine myself being here today, like even having this interview or having like this opportunity or even having content to where it touches people outside of the city or outside of my friends. You know what I'm saying? I just went from writing raps in my notebook and, you know, rapping in class to my friends, and it's like, they were like, yo, you should probably make a project. And I'm like, project? Man, no, like I just like to rap, you know what I'm saying?
When you the shit, it's gonna be some flies. When you the truth, it's gonna be some lies. Don't be surprised when your blessings fail, cause if
I think I allow myself to not only just be known as a rapper or an artist, but don't ignore the fact that I'm a human being at the same time. So when I do my projects, I don't want it to be like so disposable to where I'm just, you know, putting stuff out. I want it to have a meaning, you know what I'm saying? I want it to I want to have a connection to it, and I feel like once the creator, the artist, has a connection to whatever product that they're putting out, I think you gain more of a connection from the audience. And it may be people that you expected to connect with or people that you didn't expect to be connected with, but I just think it's better like when you give yourself time to create, time to learn, time to go through pain, time to suffer, time to be happy. But in the midst of like you being happy, in the midst of you doing things, everything doesn't have to be documented right there. You know, so even with like my last project, Changes, I was going through those changes. I think I had been working on a project for about like a year and a half or maybe even 2 years before I even dropped it. So I think it's just very important to like give yourself that time and not to be so hard on yourself. And I feel like, you know, some people will get kind of antsy, like, hey, we need new music, you know, like somebody just commented on my page, like, you know, your
fans always gonna want
exactly. Exactly. So I think like it's also up to the artist to find that balance, you know, to still, you know, don't ignore your fans when they want something, but at the same time, don't feel so pressured to where it's like, okay, well, you know, I did just drop that project, so now I need to drop 2 because they want this, they want that. But it's like, I feel like a real fan, you know, they're gonna appreciate. It's like, they're gonna be hitting you up like, hey, you need to drop this music. But once it drops, it's like, wow, it was worth the wait, you know? So it's just trying to find like that balance of things too, which is kind of difficult because I be like, dang, I feel kind of lazy. But then it's like, you're a human, like, give yourself time to like learn and experience things and like cry and, you know, smile and then put that into art. Like, don't rush it because,
yeah, white tux with my black skin, gold grill with my black lips, came in the range with my black friends, same damn friends from back then.
The biggest thing with me, I probably feel like it's the personal changes that I've been going through, and then me converting that over into music. And it's not like I want my music to sound different, but it's like it sounds different because it is different. Like, it's different from let me see, what's one of my projects, Noah, or, you know what I'm saying, like that. I was consistently rapping on that, but it's like now when you hear changes, it's not like, well, Che is trying to change her sound. It's like, this sounds like a whole different person, like her content, like how she presents herself, like it's just, it's a change, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think my biggest change is probably like my personal life changes that I go through, and, you know, spirituality and learning different things, and, you know, detachment, like things that I was attached to, you know, back during old projects that I'm no longer attached to. So like that doesn't play a part in my music, nor does it play a part in my life. So I'll probably say like the biggest change now is not even just artistically, but just personal changes, which converts over to like art, if that makes sense. A little bit after the project, we dropped the visual for Leaf. That's actually one of the last tracks on the project. So it's like still having like a consistency, but maybe it may not be new music, maybe it may be something like visually. So like ear-wise, I wanted y'all to hear it and take what you wanted to, but visually, you may see it and be like, wow, now I'm listening to the song different after seeing the visual for it. And I think like that's a, I don't know, I feel like that's a cool thing to like play and like hear from like your friends and your supporters, like, okay, look, like when I first listened to the project, I thought, you know, Leaf was about this, or I thought STEM was about this, but when I seen you perform it, or when I heard you, or when I saw you explain it on the internet, it's like, well, STEM is not just about, you know, just a leaf, or, you know, a stem, like a plant or anything. It's about, you know, like you, like, what do I want to say? It's about, this is so good. Like, I love this interview right now. It's like, even when I heard STEM, and that's one of the tracks on Changes, what it was talking about was about how we self-medicate ourselves as a generation, and even as, you know, black people, it's like, okay, you know, we're going through something, let me get a drink, or, you know, let me smoke, or let me go out with the homies. We don't really, we numb ourselves, you know what I'm saying, instead of attacking whatever, you know, it is that we need to deal with at the moment. So it's like my approach to the song may not make you think about drinking until I say the word drinking, you know, but I think it's cool to, like, you know, with different people taking what they want to take from that at the same time, and then, you know what I'm saying, like you putting out visuals, and then it's like playing with their mind again, because like, oh, well, I thought this is what it meant, but now I see it visually, and it's like, oh, she was talking about drinking that whole time. Like, she wasn't even talking about a plant or anything, so.
It ain't to go, I'm barely drinking, I've been planking on the smoke cloud.
It's so weird, like, hearing my voice. So, like, sometimes, like, me and my man Ali, we'd be around people, and they'd be like, yo, we mess with, like, the tape, and then they'd play it, and I'd just be like, like, it's just weird to me. Like, it's not that I don't appreciate it, it's just, like I may find something like or hear something that I wanted to change and I didn't get the time to change. Like it's just, I don't know, it's just like me always being like, or trying to be like a perfectionist, or I don't know, it just be weird. But I guess if I would have to say like one project or, you know, piece of music that I would tell people to listen to for the first time, probably my project Noah. Yeah, Noah. I wouldn't really tell people to listen to Changes for the first thing, because I think Changes has like its own groove and I can't really compare it to any of my previous projects. So I think once they hear that, they're gonna think all of my music sounds like that. But I think with Noah, it gives you a variety of my lyrical ability or like my content. It's not just about, you know, excuse my language, but you know, bitches, you know, it's not just about that. It's like, you know, on some of the songs, I talked about some stuff that actually like mean stuff, or, you know, I talked about depression or, you know, suicidal thoughts, but then you will go to the next track and it's like, sipping Henny with the rocks, and it's like, whoa, like what happened? Like, so I think it broadcasts my versatility, I guess, as an artist. So I would definitely probably tell people to listen to my project Noah probably first, before anything.
Growing out